don't know what you're doing to me, baby. You love me, but
Yes, and we are back with another episode of the Heat Market Radio every Sunday from 4 to 6 p.m. Ladies and gentlemen, tune in to InTheMixRadio.com. Everybody on my live, tune in to InTheMixRadio.com. Everybody tends to go straight to my live thinking they're going to watch the whole show there. You can't see anything but me and a big green screen behind me, brother. We have DJ Rec in the building, engineering as usual.
Yo.
Give it up for yourself, Rec. A little hand clap once time. No echoes this week, thanks to DJ Cruz, the greatest DJ in Mount Vernon and Yonkers. Today we got a special show, man. I'm excited. Cannot wait for these guys to come up here and everybody be on time, man. We got one person on time, he's punctual, but he's focused. So I know that, he's definitely no problems with him. But we have, who is Josh Jacob in the building right now as we speak. DJ Rec, you kind of slow on the hand clap. Try to work that a little faster, my brother.
Already? You trying to?
I have to, man, because, we live and we need these hand claps a little faster, bro. It's right next to you. Nigga, if you're going to give me the board, I'll do it.
Jimmy
and we got Flourishing Youth coming to the studio. He's a producer, a photographer, fashion, all around fashion artist, whatever you want to call him. His real name, though, is Mike Lansky, and he should be on his way soon, hopefully. He lives around my way. I could have gave him a ride, but I don't know what the hell happened there. Miscommunications. But, yeah, man, I'm feeling good. Shout out to Gio the Rican, my co-host, who is non-existent at the moment. He missed last episode. He missed this episode. I have to shout him out. He's on my live watching me, probably. I don't know. He should be. He ain't doing nothing else. But, yeah. He couldn't make it. His daughter's sick. And shout out to Joint Chiefs, man. That's his new rap. What should I call it? Rap adventure. He's on right now. He just became an MC. He said he used to MC a while ago, but I guess now he's diving into that.
He's bringing it up like New Edition brought up themselves.
Yeah, basically. I definitely. I'm not gonna shit on his music because he definitely has.
No, it sounds kind of hot.
Yeah, it has potential if you're a stoner. You know what I'm saying? If you're a stoner, Rec, did you start the minutes, my brother?
He started it.
Slipping on it. What we doing here? All right, cool. Definitely didn't start it. All right.
No, Cruz was supposed to start it. I did not start it.
This is more of the Heat Market mishaps, like every week.
This is Cruz supposed to be doing it.
So yeah, man. DJ Rec, how was your weekend, my brother?
Fun, very very fun.
You want to go into more details?
I was in Philly for the weekend.
Okay. Philly's a nice city of brotherly love. Did you get any love out there?
No.
So just around a bunch of dudes, sausage fest.
Oh, here we go.
Feasting off of each other. Nah, I'm fucking around. Yeah, but nah, man, that's great, man. I like Philly, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I spent 2 weeks in Philly one time, and one day I woke up and I went outside. I felt like I was in 1987 again, bro. Like shit, there's real hoods out in Philly. Like let's not get that mistaken. When you talk about real hoods, Philly got real hood. Were you anywhere near the hoods, or you just stood in the tourist sections?
By the convention center.
By the convention? Yeah, that's the tourist section.
Yeah.
Definitely not. You didn't experience Philly then. You just saw monuments and a bunch of nonsense, coliseums.
Yeah, I was being a white boy for the day.
Yeah, you should have went to the hood though, man. Even if it was just to roll by or something.
Shout out to White Boy, by the way.
Oh man, damn. I want to take this time out to definitely shout out my man White Boy 757. He was big instrument on the early episodes of the Heat Market Radio. We had a segment called the Home Confinement Series, where he used to call us in and Skype in a freestyle every week. And unfortunately, he's back inside the penitentiary. He violated his probation, and if anybody's watching, his sister, anybody that is actually affiliated with him, let him know, man, that I'm sorry I missed his calls. It just so happens at the time he's calling me, I'm either at work or laid out in my house because I work crazy hours. So like I sleep maybe 4 hours a day, hopefully every day. So I'm not avoiding him, man. That's my brother. If anything I could do, please, anybody could reach out to me. Let me know what's his status, and if I could send me an address or something so I could send him something. Like I just feel bad that I'm not able to reach him, man. But yeah, shout out to White Boy 757. Hold your head, my brother. You don't put applause to somebody that's in fucking incarcerated, bro. What kind of shit?
He'll come out. It's being nice.
This fucking guy here.
Okay, how about that?
See, now that's even worse because he's gonna come out and look for your ass for that. He's trying to put
a little comedy in this.
Yeah, nah. Shout out to White Boy. He know where our hearts is at, man. Definitely. But yeah, man. So Rec, what's been going on? Anything new? No.
Nothing.
I'm just gonna sit here talking to myself.
Nah, Mom, just trying. Actually, I'm actually getting a little of the healthy side, thanks to my mom's and thanks to you.
Really? After that?
Shut up.
That McDonald's meal we just had before coming over here, is that included in your healthy diet?
Are you really feeling bad because you fed me McDonald's?
I damn sure do. I should have never bought that shit for you. I feel like an asshole, man. I should have definitely not got that shit for you, man.
Okay.
Oh, Flourishing Youth has just joined on my live. My brother, we here, man. Just make your way over here. Don't worry about it. We got, as long as you here before 5, hopefully, man, we on. All right? Just make sure you come through, brother, please, man. But yeah, man. So back to your healthy way of life.
Yeah.
On the reverse side, and I'm gonna tell you right now, bro. Like I changed my life for the better because I went to the doctor. I told you lately, and I dropped 15 pounds, bro. 2 weeks.
Good shit.
Yeah, straight up salads, greens, and wanted to go the vegan route. Too hard. I
can't do it.
Chicken, you know what I mean? The grilled chicken is it's like it took a whole toll of my life, man. I used to be like 256, bro. That was the heaviest I ever got, was 256, and this is when I was like 22, like 23 years old, man. And no bullshit, I was so fat, bro. I know you appreciate this. You're a health dude. I know you definitely. I know you in the gym. Nah, man, you're not nowhere near me, brother. Believe that. I was so heavy, no bullshit. I used to walk, right? And my inner thighs used to rub so much that shit would bleed. Yeah, and my boxers used to get stuck to my fucking legs, bro. No bullshit. When I take it off, like, the blood was already dry, so it rip a scab off. That shit was, that shit made me fucking go crazy to the point where, I was at my house, and I just, no exaggeration, I was doing 1,200 sit-ups a day, bro. And my man used to come over, and this is when I was real heavy, and he used to have to hold my feet, you know what I mean, for me to do my shit. And I did it. And this is when I was 23, 24. I did it by that shit, sit-ups, eating white rice from just straight up white rice. That was my whole diet. White rice with soy sauce and fucking like little salads here and there. But I did that shit, and I did it dramatically. You know what I mean? I know I ain't do it the healthy way. You know what I'm saying? I definitely should have. But I was young and I was drinking 40s all day. I ain't give a fuck. You know what I mean? Like, my whole thing was, I gotta lose this weight because it was just physically harming me. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I told you, man, you gotta come down too, bro. Like, we gotta really take it serious, man. It's not.
I came down a little bit because I went to a doctor's checkup. I was worse. I was 282, and then when he checked me,
when you was 282.
I was 282.
When I knew you, as long as I've known you, I don't remember seeing you being 282.
I was 282, and then recently, 4 weeks ago, I went to the doctor to get blood and everything.
Wow.
He was like, "Yo, you 262." So I lost a lot.
262? You 262 now?
Yeah, 262 now.
Damn, right? You don't look no 262.
I'm 262.
Wow. You got to bring that down, bro. Not only just for, anything else, but for health-wise, bro. You know what I mean? Like, unless you're doing like a full-blown physical where he's taking all the blood and testing everything, you for everything, like that's what I did.
I did know that. I did for everything, and he was, my sodium was high, and my...
where are you at a diabetes standpoint?
I am actually at 4 point.
I can't believe that. I can't believe that. You know why? I'm at 5.7. I'm right on the borderline. Like, that's what he told me.
But it runs in my family, that's why.
This is why I'm saying it runs in mine too. So I can't. You got to be higher than that, bro. Yeah. What clinic you go to, man? Is it a nigga in the back of the bodega?
No.
What clinic you go to?
Actually, I go to Settlement Health on 106.
You go to downtown?
Yes.
Caucasian area?
No.
Where?
White area. They're good doctors.
What the fuck you think Caucasian is?
I know, like not like OD, but like they have a little bit of the mixture.
I could have sworn, bro. You definitely should check it again. Get a second opinion, man. I don't know if they're doing the right thing.
They told me that diabetes wise, I am fine. I told them it runs in my family.
Well, that's
they were like,
God bless you then, bro. God bless you then, because like he scared the shit out of me, telling me, yo, you know what? You on that border, and if you keep on doing the way you're doing, you're gonna have full-blown diabetes. You know what I'm saying? And that shit's been through my whole family. Killed a couple of people that I know, so I'm like, nah, there's no way I'm dying over what I could control putting in my mouth, man. You know, no homo. But
speaking of family, we gonna be having for everybody out there, we gonna be having the season 1,
and season 2, no,
and season the
just season 1,
the reunion.
But just for season 1, we're not gonna have
season 2's not finished yet. Well, we're gonna have season 2 when you finish, but for now we're gonna have season 1, the reunion.
Yeah, we're gonna have all the MCs that were on the first season come back. I don't know if we're gonna have the producers come, but we're gonna have the producers
everybody.
Too? So the producers gonna bring all new beats.
Yep.
Oh, that's dope. That's dope. Yeah. Thanks for letting me know what happens on my show, because I didn't even know.
And we're gonna be introducing the cypher segment for that day.
Yeah, we're definitely going to be using that area, the green room, which we have not utilized once yet, being in the studio, which is something new. You know what I mean? I guess we could have them in here too, right?
Yeah, we can have them in here too.
Like go back and forth type shit. Yeah, that'd be dope. It's a good amount of space. I mean, I don't. The expectancy is another thing too. I don't know how many you really believe.
We're gonna have well, we already know how many people are gonna come.
I know who's definitely showing up.
We all know who's definitely
not gonna show up.
We have 5 definites already. We know that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
5.
I don't know. All right, whatever. Yeah, but yeah. Tune into that. Not this next episode coming up, but the episode after that. That we should definitely be having that happen. The reunion, the Heat Market reunion. We're getting we're recruiting Rex's younger brother to do some of the promotion. You know, the video editing. Video editing. We're gonna incorporate him in the Heat Market family. And yeah, man, but
he's nasty with the editing.
Definitely is. We're gonna get into some videos right about now, just to kill some time. And then we're gonna come back with our first guest, Josh Jacobs, who I'm dying to get on the mic because he's a real spitter. He has real videos. He's a cool dude. And yeah, let's get into that Marlon Reigns video, man, first, man. I want you to check that out. Right. Shout out to Marlon Reigns, yo. She's definitely a up-and-coming Bronx artist, female. She's been doing it for a while, but she got a new video. This shit is dope. Let's get into that. I can't tell you the name because I'm bad with names.
Transitioning like one breath. Same as the M. And the D's. Mala, 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 mala. Shout out to the riders. Scholars. Is ever a last thought? Yo. It's the original bad girl, craftily savage. Spit the nasty like cavity abscess. Nice with them bars, with the beats I ravage. In no time, Kardashian marriage. Inherently, I'm prone to disaster. Mom did a bit, man, that bitch mad ratchet. Caught a man with another bitch in the mattress. Pulled out a knife, caught the tip of attraction. No lights, cameras, but the action was always around, all around like hoes. In the industry, while real bitches trying to work. Every nigga wanna fuck now, why I'm so cold. Think back to them days with the passion when I had no pot to piss or a napkin. A young son, an impossible dream that I one day be seen in the common attractions. Still gotta live though. live till then. If I can make it, at least till then. Damn. God, stay with me, please. Gotta get us off the food stamps and move out the peas. I know you have to give to receive, and I promise I'ma always go harder than lead. That's lead that I said. If you please listen close, I'ma tell you how it come to be. This gift that you gave me won't go to waste. I'll be the change that they need. Voice that they get though, every girl love fellow charcoal, high yellow, alpine, caramello. They stories get told by a verified rebel. Wasn't Jesus to the Romans an outlaw and a menace, using words as a weapon? A dream will crumble the second that people cease to believe the inception.
Open my eyes, I'm about to live my worst nightmares. These intertwined sights are showing all my life years. I'll take it back to where the people used to fight fair, and all the babies eating Gerber sitting in their high chairs. I'm in another realm, this ain't reality. I'm calling all the seas, it ain't the cavalry. Would you honor me with flowers on my bed? Would you rather pour dirt and worms on me when I'm dead? See, Pac led the thug life, I'm here to tell the story. No Olympic gold champ, but I'm bringing home the glory. And the story's never told, you can feel it in your bones. I'm a burning flame to hit your heart no matter where I go. And the justice ain't poetic, they lying in the credits. Cops killing all my people with laws that give them leverage. To bear arms is second, that thing is what I slept with. Protect myself and kill, 30 years what I'm left with. Court system failing me, postman is mailing me summons to the crib. God's blessings on my family. If I was born white, I'd be Malcolm in the middle. Good living in my life, no struggles, not a little. I'm enraged with the fuckery, greed all in these companies, lying to the world, saying we the best country. How the fuck you telling all these races come over here? Poverty and racist shit is living right over here. Malcolm X and Dr. King, I'm learning from it all. Black men up in America, they building us to fall. I could work my fucking ass off and only make a lump sum. Murder what she wrote, backwards I'm drinking red rum. Styling on these cameras, talking shit and showing hammers. Giving people what they want, not caring about my grammar. Entertainment at its best is where my thoughts are really caring. Successes that I'm making, niggas wishing I was sharing. Stress will have you off the pill, I ain't what you really feel. Fluctuate the pain and lows, your life is going off the hill. Maybe if it came to you with graces like the angels do, your path would open up and really shine if you can make it through. Ghost up in these phantoms, I ain't rolling Royces, but that 99 Honda's what my fucking choice is. I ain't faking like the rap game, I hustle like the crap game. You corny trying to live it how you not. You a whack lame, every day I'm trying to live better than my last one. When I go to get it in, she better than my last one. Full deck of poker face, I'm on it when the cash come. Miss me with the bullshit, kiss it when my ass done.
I give a fuck who talking or who watching me. I'm smoking live, walking all in public. Give a fuck who like it or who watching me. I'm from Dykeman, you can bet I'm different. I can see that ass, don't care who watching me. I'm sky high, smelling straight like ganja. Fuck if you don't like it, why you watching me? Haze lit in a vanilla Dutch. I give a fuck who talking or who watching me. I'm smoking live, walking all in public. Give a fuck who like it or who watching me. I'm from Dykeman, you can bet I'm different. I can see that ass, don't care who watching me. I'm sky high, smelling straight like ganja. Fuck if you don't like it, why you watching me? I stay high, full of marijuana. My eyes low and I can barely see. I'm slow motion, full of cotton candy. Me and Fudgy smacked and I can barely speak. Big business, I'm a BBMster off that Sherman strip. I know you heard about we. A half a Dutch for a 20 sack. I don't do backwoods, I don't do Fonta leaves. My republic, I'm Dominican. That Virgin Spick, I got socks on me. Blowing Gottis up with cheese and broccoli. Still in love with haze and that purple OG. I'm moving stagnant cause I'm high as fuck. All my garments money straight like weed. I'm doped up on some Girl Scout cookies I got from Jess Hayes in a Swisher Sweet. Stoner certified and fuck who watching. Oh, what opinions they might have about me. My loud lit all in my building lobby. Fuck my nosy neighbors and NYPD. Gorilla glue, I stuff it in extendos. Have it seasoned up with a little keef. I'm chief and reefer, always seeming something, but I'm spaced out while y'all watching me. Haze lit in a vanilla Dutch. I give a fuck who talking or who watching me. I'm smoking live, walking all in public. Give a fuck who like it or who watching me. I'm from Dykeman, you can bet I'm different. I can see that ass, don't care who watching me. I'm sky high, smelling straight like ganja. Fuck if you don't like it, why you watching me? Haze lit in a vanilla Dutch. I give a fuck who talking or who watching me. I'm smoking live, walking all in public. Give a fuck who like it or who watching me. I'm from Dykeman, you can bet I'm different. I can see that ass, don't care who watching me. I'm sky high, smelling straight like ganja. Fuck if you don't like it, why you watching me? Seattle tripping for a can of gar. Lara filled up with the finest trees. Cali Connect, I live in New York. Shipment safely up to 113. I've been blazing since I was a young and started smoking Reggies once I hit 13. Bougie nigga, now it's only in the rolling up my window, I can barely breathe. Burn out, fuck whoever saying something. I stay high as hell so I can hear him speak. My memory ain't what it was before. I keep forgetting shit and tend to fall asleep. Iron lunging, all my niggas smoking. Ain't no passing blunts, all we do is chief. Modern hippie, cannabis aroma. I stay in a coma, but I'm on my feet. I'm rolling something while I'm smoking one. Y'all perspective on me and wipe my ass with it. Chain smoking here in Cypress Hill. I'm playing Dr. Greentham while I flower clip. Some Agent Orange with my brother Cruz, burning up different strains. We on a different trip. My split flit and I don't care who watching or what y'all saying while y'all watching me. Haze lit in a vanilla Dutch. I give a fuck who talking or who watching me. I'm smoking live, walking all in public. Give a fuck who like it or who watching me. I'm from Dykeman, you can bet I'm different. I can see that ass, don't care who watching me. I'm sky high, smelling straight like ganja. Fuck if you don't like it, why you watching me? Haze lit in a vanilla Dutch. I give a fuck who talking or who watching me. I'm smoking live, walking all in public. Give a fuck who like it or who watching me. I'm from Dykeman, you can bet I'm different. I can see that ass, don't care who watching me. I'm sky high, smelling straight like ganja. Fuck if you don't like it, why you watching me?
TSP. What? Between the streets and the mic. The fuck is up, nigga? Yo. Ha, yo, shut up, storm niggas for nothing. Take it to your hood, do a 360, open the door and start busting. Trash talking and cussing. Spark it up before I slap something. Yo, when I breeze through, I'ma break something. Every weapon of choice on hand, like them bikers be air clutching. They shit with they thumbs on the button. This is total corruption. I don't fuck with cops and stay bucking illegal shit, riding off puffing. Don't talk about trusting my nigga. This is bloody ink in your right hand, man, to leave your frame leaking.
Damn. We're back. Uh-oh. Fucking echoes again. Something wrong with DJ Rec.
It's the video.
You know how to take the echoes off, sir?
It's not the echo, it's the video.
Alright, so could we do something? Get Cruz in here real quick?
Yeah, I'm getting him.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna lie. I'm
Good.
looking at this on my,
Yeah.
on my phone. I'm on TV right now, yo.
So we are back with echoes, which it shouldn't be. Don't worry about it. This is a temporary thing. It's a heat market fuck up. We are back with Josh Jacobs on the side of me.
What up? Come on.
We don't even want to talk right now. Sorry about that, Cruz.
It sound like we in like
The 90s.
this is crazy.
We on a 1987 mixtape.
Fucking way, bro.
Ron G mixtape.
I feel like I'm in Stranger Things.
It's a Stranger Things. You seen the second season? Shit is dope.
Crazy.
Shit is dope. Dope.
Crazy.
We back. Little echo. We working on it, guys. Just please be patient.
What up, people? I'm saying what up.
We might have to make the J rec. Yo, here we are. We back. Yeah. Heat Market Radio is back. No echoes, thanks to DJ Cruz. We just might have to have Cruz take over again. So yeah, can we get some hand claps because we back? Rec, what did you do? Come on, please. Just sat down for 2 fucking seconds. Man. Yeah, so we back at the Heat Market Radio. We might have to put DJ Rec through training again for a second time.
What's up, people?
Looks like he failed his first course.
One.
We are back with Josh Jacobs.
What's
Everybody.
up? What's up, guys?
Astounding rapper. Very witty. Love his punchlines. Love yo, you got 2 videos, bro. I mean, you got a bunch. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. But I want to thank you and welcome you to the Heat Market Radio for coming through.
Thank you for having me.
Anytime, my brother. Anytime. Yeah, but you got 2 videos that stood out the most to me, man. And like I was like, wow, let's do it. There was one I didn't get to look at. I'm not gonna lie. It was like a salsa one. I think it was
Latin swing.
Yeah. I didn't get to see
track
that.
I got.
That's one I definitely didn't get to see. I know I definitely got to get back to that when I get to the crib. But the Keep It 100 joint, I seen that dude, that artist, that same dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. I seen him a couple of times in Manhattan. It was in Manhattan, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I seen him in Manhattan a couple of times. He was by West 4th in the Ville one time.
Yes, that's exactly where he was at that day.
Exactly. He's
His name is Matthew. It was crazy. It just was a crazy experience because it was very random. Like we were shooting the video, we wanted to keep it simple.
So all of that was real. Like you asked him if he wanted to be on it, right?
Yeah, it was.
Wow, that's dope.
None of that was acted out.
That's dope.
Everything was unique. Like, you know, we were trying to figure out what direction we should go with the video because we already got the signs. Everything was kind of planned out. We wanted to really give people a message through the Keeping It 100 video. And then I see Matthew. The guy's name was Matthew.
Okay.
And he got like such a rambunctious attitude. So it was like it was contagious. His energy was high, and for a person in his position, it was just like, wow, like to be in your position and to be as enthusiastic as you are about selling your art and about life.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like, damn, like he's really hustling his art off of newspapers, and it wasn't bad.
Exactly.
It was really good.
So
So you know, I was talking with him real quick, and I was like, you know what? It just clicked in my head, like, you know, light bulb goes off, sound like a cartoon. And he's like, yo, you know, I'm like, you know what? Would you like to be in a video? And at first he was reluctant, and you know, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna pay him for it. So I paid him like $60 when I was done.
Dope.
And he was like, no. He was like, are you serious? I'm like, yeah, man, I got you. I paid him because usually he sells his art for like 10. I gave it to him for 60. And you know, he's like, thank you so much. You just gave me a meal for like 2 nights, 2-3 nights, and I was like, you know, it made me feel good. I actually did something for somebody. And to have him in the video, I just feel like it conveys that message, that emotion. You know, it was like it hit it right on the nerve of what the song is about, too.
And you could see it. Like, you know, that's all. I kind of knew, you know what I mean? Like, because it didn't look scripted at all. You know what I'm saying? It looked like it was organic. You know what I'm saying? And it definitely played well, man. You know what I mean? And doing things like that, bro. You know, you see, we need more people in the world that act on instinct. You know what I'm saying? Instead of just, you know what I mean, hesitant to just, yo, you know what I mean, looking at somebody like, oh, fuck that. You know what I mean? I'm going to try to hustle them down. Because I know people that do that shit all the time. You know what I'm saying? They see street vendors or whatever. And, you know, you got to understand, these people ain't out there by choice. You know what I'm saying? They out there because they just trying to live. You know what I'm saying? And especially, yo, artists, bro, hold like a special place in my heart because I'm an artist myself. I definitely draw, I sketch, and I do wild shit. You know, I just haven't got to the point where I'm out there selling it or, you know what I mean, like promoting it like that. You know what I'm saying? But it takes a lot, man. You know what I mean? For you to be out there and do what you do. I'm gonna tell you like this. I want to say 80% of it is out of love. You know what I mean? Like he loves just what he's doing genuinely. You know what I'm saying? And then, the of course, you know what I mean. The 20% is because he has to survive and live off.
Exactly.
Of it, you know
and you know, like he doesn't from the conversation I had with him. It was very short. but he was he goes from home to home, like, you know, homeless shelter to homeless shelter. And you know, something like that, he has to show up on time to get a bed and shit like that. So it was just like, for me to have done something for him, because he did something for me just in his presence, just in his vibrance and his energy. I was like, I need to do something for this guy. Like, you know, it'll make me feel better. So I gave him exposure in the video. He probably don't even know the video's out, but it's probably like, if he ever saw it, I'm like, God willing, he ever sees it again. Yeah, definitely. Like, for example, sometimes I caught myself thinking, like, after, like, yo, what if this dude, like, out of nowhere becomes this rich millionaire and, like, sees this video, comes across this video, like, yo, this kid actually helped me. He gave me money when I was, like, you know, at my lowest. And then, you know, reaches out to me. I'm like, yo, that shit'll be crazy, because it's funny how the universe works. It always gives back to you. You put into the universe is what you get back. You know,
I'll be honest with you, brother. Even if that situation doesn't transpire, I'm pretty sure you left a mark in his heart. You know what I mean? And just off of that, you know what I mean? You gotta do. That's what matters.
Exactly. That's what matters. That's what I wanted to do.
Humanity, man. When it comes down to it, at the end of the day, everything is humanity. People don't realize that humanity is what humans are put on this earth for, is to help other humans. It ain't got nothing to do with trying to, you know what I mean, be an individual, man, or shine by yourself. Like, you have to. That's why I created the show. No bullshit. It was out of love for. I genuinely, I'm not gonna lie to you. I generally targeted producers first, because I had beat battles. I put together beat battles because I saw a lot of, like, MC battles, and I was like, yo, producers getting no kind of shine or whatever, you know what I mean? So I put beat battles together, and I had Cuban Link host a couple of them. I had
shout out to Cuban. That's the brother. That's family.
Definitely is. He's mad dope. And we had a couple of other, you know what I mean, well-known producers come and show out, you know what I mean? But like I said, the show, me and Gio the Regan, and we came up, you know, we both brainstormed, came up with the idea, like, yo, let's have one MC on the show and then one producer. We invite them to the show together, and you know what I mean, like, have them interview, you know what I mean, we interview each of them, and then at the end of the show, they'll freestyle over, you know what I mean, the producer's beats. And I was like, yo, I've never seen that on the internet.
It's a unique concept, definitely.
And I figured, you know what, this is for hip-hop, let's make this happen, man. But let's get back to Josh Jacobs, man. This is, you know what I mean? This is all about you right now, my brother. So that video, like I said, was one, like I said, it stood out the most to me for those basic reasons you said in the message and everything. The second was
What Up?
What Up? For real, I'm gonna give it to you like this, bro. I'm a Bronx dude, do or die. You know what I mean? From the beginning to the end. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't realize you from Brooklyn. At first, I thought you was from Bronx. I was like, oh shit, yo, he's rapping for the BX, you know what I mean? So I was like, even more fucking, you know what I mean? Like on top of that shit like that. But then I was like, yo, he's Brooklyn. But it made no. This is my thing, and I do this shit a lot too. I gotta stop it. I kind of like want everybody to be from the Bronx. You know what I'm saying? Like all the dope MCs. You know what I'm saying? Because this is where the shit started or whatever. But like I kind of didn't even see you as coming from anywhere, just a dope fucking MC. Because the lines, I think I want to say maybe the second verse, bro. Might be the second or the last verse. You said some shit in there that I was like, Jesus Christ. Like, it's real lyricism at its highest potential, at its highest form.
Yeah, but I said probably the part is my favorite. It's like, talk about Big and Pac, what about Pun? Talk about Flex, what about Touch? J. Cole calling out whites in rotation seems like Latinos lost in the conversation.
There you go.
And I really honestly feel that way. I mean, the whole track was about New York, and it's funny that you talk about the Bronx, because I'm from Brooklyn. It don't matter. Like, New York is New York.
Exactly.
And I feel like New York people, we feel like New York has lost its sound.
Yeah.
You know, there's no really unique New York sound now. Everything is, which kind of fucked up in a sense. I mean, if you listen to the music I make, it's very unique. It's not something that's like New York. It's not too far left, but it's not too far to the south. It's very musical. I like to make it different, you know? It has that hip-hop element to it, but, you know, there's other sounds and using the sample in a specific way that not a lot of people would do. And it's not, I don't like to have my shit like everybody else's in today's day and age. And it helps me at a lot of shows, because, like, a lot of people feel the music. They're like, yo, this shit is dope. And but they can't really compare it to anything. Maybe my lyrics or my flow, you can compare it to somebody that you like. Cause I've gotten anywhere from Kendrick to Eminem to, you know, Nas. And when I was early in my career, when I first started, and it was like, you know, everybody has something to compare me to. I was like, no, I'm Jay.
Definitely.
I'm Jay.
Definitely.
But I wanted to solidify that with even some of the beat selections I make. So it's like when I go to these shows and I hear so much Southie stuff, it's like, but these dudes are from New York though. So it's kind of like, yeah, you want to ride the wave, but you also at the same time want to remember where you come from. So teeter that line.
Definitely.
You know, and that's what I try to do as far as an artist. I try to say, okay, this is relevant, but how can I turn it into my own sound and keep it more New York? So if you listen to a track like What Up, the beat almost has that boom, that, boom, boom, that. So it's like a southern boom bap type sound. And then that sample, what up, what up, what up. It has that sample to it, and I wanted to put dope lyrics that literally talk about my love for hip-hop from New York and where it all started and why I miss it. You know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, I just feel like a lot of Latinos in this game that, you know, don't get a lot of credit. Like, you know, you ask anybody, who's your top 5? And it's only the real hip-hop heads that'll say, you know, put pun in the conversation.
Rarely, bro.
Rarely. Like, it's always the same couple. It's, you know, Jay-Z, Nas, Tupac, and Biggie. And then it's like, yeah, but what about pun? Like, the dude was an assassin on the mic. You know what I'm saying? You can't say those names and not at least include his name in there. And you know, it's something that needs to be heard. That's why I said that in that verse. You know what I'm saying? There's other DJs, Spanish DJs. You hear a lot about Flex. You hear a lot about Envy. But, you know, you don't hear about Tony Touch. And Tony Touch has been doing this shit forever. Shout to Tony. He's been doing it for a long time. And you know, then of course DJ Enough, like it's another one, like they've been doing it for a minute. So you gotta put those into the top tier. You gotta recognize where it all came from. And on top of that, you know, everybody talks about, you know, it's a predominantly African American culture, which is great, and I understand that too. But don't forget the influence that Hispanics put on this game too.
See,
you
but
know what I'm saying?
I don't mean to cut you off, my brother, but like when I hear that, you know what I'm saying, that shit aggravates me too. When I hear like it's a predominantly black culture, because if you really believe, if you do your research and you realize when hip hop started, there was always a Spanish MC that started
what it was I was
every
saying.
group.
Yes.
You understand? Every group that
that's
started.
what I'm saying.
Latins, we was break dancers, we were graffiti writers. We had the majority. I don't want to say the majority hold on the culture, but we had our hands in almost everything. You know what I'm saying? There was rappers and there was DJs, of course, that were African American, but they were still Spanish.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like rappers in there too, and they were Spanish DJs. And the majority of writers and breakdancers were Spanish.
That's what I said. If you listen to that second verse at the beginning, I say that.
Yeah.
When I said,
I heard that.
boombox to beatbox, from Adidas to Reeboks, jumpsuits and the rope chains, high tie phase in the fro. Wait, Jay, what about the b-boy craze? Hey, they ain't know where that came from. Wait, they ain't know about Crazy Legs and Rock Steady Crew from back in the day.
Exactly.
Latinos.
All of them.
You know what I'm saying? And they were some of the ones that started that b-boy craze. Everybody was like, oh, we had a lot of influence in that. So you know what I'm saying? That's something that, once again, like I said, if you are a true hip hop head who studied the craft, you know that we had just as much influence on this culture. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying discredit anybody else's. I'm saying just include us in there, because without us, you probably wouldn't have some of the samples you have. You wouldn't have some of the dances you have. So it's like that's just how I feel about it. Like
you're absolutely right, my brother. You're absolutely right. And I kind of believe Pun is back to what you were saying about Pun. You know, he's not mentioned enough because I don't know if it's that his catalog wasn't as big as all these other rappers. But then I'm like, yo, Biggie ain't having no giant catalog neither. And you can't tell anybody in the world that Biggie's not the greatest rapper in the world. You understand? Like, and everybody's, you know what I mean, notion, they believe that Biggie was the greatest that ever did it, and that was it. I have mixed feelings about all of that because, you know, Biggie is a form of a whole bunch of other rappers that came before him mixed into one, like everybody else that came after them. You understand? The real golden era was 85 to 91.
Yes. Yeah.
That is where all of the rappers, we did a show last week, and I was just playing nothing but like old school hip hop, like from that era. You know what I mean? And
Yep.
so that people could be a little more educated and listen to the lyrics.
But I guarantee you, half the rappers that are on right now have no clue of the rappers that you're talking about.
Of course not.
They don't know about EPMD, Public Enemy, Rakim. They don't know about Run DMC. They don't know about Tribe Called Quest. They don't know about Brand Nubian. Like these are people that I studied thanks to my pops. Like my pops put me on hard body. Like I grew up hip hop. Like I listened to Pac. I listened to Punk. I listened to everybody because that's how I literally tried to craft my sound. Like how do I want to sound? How do I not want to relate to everybody else? And how do I want to be the most lyrical MC I can be? Like I studied wordplay. I studied punchlines.
It
I
shows,
studied all of it.
Believe it or not, it shows. And in your videos and your music and everything, like it shows that you had that. See, this is what I'm telling you. This is why I took it to that episode of trying to re-educate. You know what I mean? A lot of these kids, because I hear a lot of their verses. Shit is alright, whatever. But like this is what attracted me to your music. I was like, yo, his bars is there crazy, and he's like, you could tell he did his research. Like I knew I was gonna ask you these questions about it, you know what I mean? But like I knew what your responses would be and what your answers would be, kind of, because I was like, yo, there's no way he's gonna know how to put, you know what I mean, punchlines and metaphors, all that shit together like that without listening to real hip hop.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
Yes.
Because a lot of what you hear now is what niggas mimic off of. You know what I mean? Like
that's funny.
Rappers from, you ask niggas, yo, what's an old school rapper? The first thing they gonna tell you is punch.
Idea.
You know what I mean? I mean Biggie or
Pop. That's old school to them, which is cool. But it's different when you want to be a lyricist and you want to be one of the greatest. Like people nowadays do it more for the clout. And they love the music. Not to say that they don't love music, but it's like, as far as hip hop is concerned, like, what do you do it for? Like, what is your goal? What encompasses your goal? Definitely. And I feel like a person like Kendrick or Cole has that same ambition as me. Where I love hip hop so much is that I want to be recognized as an icon, as somebody that could touch your life, and that has the music that is gonna last for years after I'm gone. Not something that's gonna be hot now and fizzle out in the next year. Definitely. Like that's just pretty much how I feel about it, because I want people to listen to my music and have that touch their lives. Like, oh shit, like I should think like that, or maybe I should change my way of thinking, because what he's saying is exactly what I'm going through, like straight up. So if you listen to my project, shameless plug, Purple Skies, that was the whole project. That was, you want, bro. Yeah, that was the consensus of my thought.
And that song, I didn't mean to cut you. That song too, the Purple Skies, that's another one that caught my attention. Like, it's just, how can I put it, man? Like, and then I was like, damn, why you? Because it was like semi-video, but then it was the release party.
Yeah.
Right? So I was you kind of fucked me up. You teased me there. I was like, no. Like I was like, damn, man.
I want to do official video to it. I'm not gonna
bro.
lie, I am.
You definitely should, because that song is fucking incredible. That's the one I was gonna download too to play today, but I was like, you know what? It's not an official video. I don't know how he wants to put it out like that, so I left it alone. But that song, bro, I'm telling you, that right there, I can see that like taking you there. You know what I'm saying? Like where you need to be, like really. Even though you're there, you understand? Like I got no doubt in my mind that, you know what I mean, in the next couple of months or whatever, how long are you ever? It depends on you. You know what I mean? Your time.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, I've been doing this, believe it or not, since I was 9 years old when I started started writing. And then it was about when I was 13 or 14 that I was like, okay, I want to start getting serious about getting into a career with it, you know? And when I got out of high school, I'm not gonna lie, like I wanted to do it full time, but then I was like, I wanted to be one of the first in my family to get a degree. Of course. So I got two. I got my associates and my bachelor's, and after that, I was like, you know what? Nah, I really want to go hard at this music shit, because this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. You know, I made my parents happy. I did it for me, but for a security blanket. But at the same time, I did it for my parents, because I wanted them to look at me like, yo, not only did our son actually get degrees in what he wants to do, but he also, you know, he's chasing his dreams. So I was like, you know what I mean? Let me do that too.
That's fucking inspiring, bro. I'm not even gonna lie to you, man. Like, I'm hoping a lot of the past rappers that was on the show fucking watching, man, and really take notes on what it takes to be a human being, first of all, then educate a human being, then a rapper. Because that's exactly the cycles you're going through. You know what I'm saying? You was a rapper from back in the days, but you taking it full-time serious now. Now, let me ask you this. Do you feel like where you're at in your career, you're at a semi-standstill?
Whew, I think that's for a lot of people.
Before you answer, I just want to. The only reason why I'm saying a semi-stanza is because, all right, you got the viewers, obviously. You know what I'm saying, on your Instagram and everything else you're doing on your YouTube. I see them there. You got the music, obviously. You got the videos. You got the visuals.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think, like I said, can get you over the you know what I mean, and out of that standstill, like to the point where, all right,
where I'm completely out there.
Definitely.
I say financial backing.
Okay.
I would say that would put me over, might put me over a little bit, and I feel like I need a consistent team to roll with me. Like I have my man. Shout out to my man Miracle, my man Soul Journal. I have people, that's my engineer and my producer. We work together a lot, you know what I'm saying? And that's kind of like my team solidified right there as far as music is concerned. Okay. And then I have Playbook Media Group, who they're my PR company that I work with. You know, we do our work and shit. Mm-hmm. But I also, you know, I don't have a manager. Everything that I've done has been by myself. As far as like, I ain't never had no manager going, so I'm the one that's literally networking at these events, you know, going to these events, trying to meet these DJs, trying to do whatever, and it's hard.
That's the missing key, man?
Yeah, I mean, I say that's the missing key because all it is like, I can't be a magician with my hand in every cookie jar. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, I need somebody to move, people to move with me, and that's why I say a manager, because a manager is able to be in a specific place while I'm in my place. So it's like when you meet in these people and we go to these things together, there's a time where you could do it and represent me, and I could continue to create the music that I create. Definitely. Because I can't be the marketer, the PR, the artist, the videographer, and the financer, and all of that. Like it gets exhausting. You know, I work 2 jobs and I do this. You know what I'm saying?
Way,
and it's a grind. It's a little grind. I'm sure you know it. Oh, yeah. Every artist knows that. You know, I'm not hustling out here, and I ain't got a label that's full of hustlers that are pushing me out there. This is all me. So it's like I need that team with me to push me over the top, to believe in me and say, okay, this kid got this shit crazy. Like I hear this at every show. Yo, you're so amazing. It's like this and that. I'm like, all right, cool. So like, you want to help me out with something? Want to put me? Well, like if you believe in me that much, if you're somebody that has the ability to put me in the right spot, definitely. Why don't you help me get in that spot? Definitely. You know what I'm saying? It gets redundant when you hear about how dope you are, but then it's like, okay, but how can you help me get into this next level? Even just reposting me, like repost me on your page, tell a friend about me, like even the smallest thing is a big thing, because it's like your friend could tell your friend could tell this friend. By the time you know it, it's a domino effect, and you got 50, 60 new people that are listening to your music, and they're like, yo, this kid is dope, you know?
It's crazy because like we had an artist on the show. I'm not gonna mention his name. I'm not gonna shout him out because he's still, you know what I mean, affiliated with us a little something. You know what I'm talking about, even without even saying it. And you know, we interviewed him and all that, and I was like, yo, you know, I asked in certain phrases, somewhat certain people different questions about how they, you know what I mean, they're financing, or they doing, you know, how they're establishing their career. And I said, you know, all right, so you're a rapper. Well, are you a rapper and that's it? You know what I'm saying? Or is this your whole life? You know what I'm saying? Are you just a rapper, or do you have a 9 to 5? You know what I mean? How do you how do you support your career? How do you just? He's like, nah, this is my life. This is it. You know what I'm saying? And this is all I got. You know what I mean? And I'm going hard for whatever. Then contacts me a couple of weeks later. You know what I mean? Like, yo, I need some more help, man, with the you know what I mean? With my career. You know what I'm saying? I want you to be my manager. You know, you know what I mean? Anything you could do for me, this and that. And I'm saying to myself, bro, anything and everything I ever got in my life, I work hard for. Like, you got 2 jobs, I got 2 jobs, my brother. You know what I'm saying? And I got the show every Sunday. You know what I'm saying? After the show, I got maybe 2 hours, then I go to work again. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I know what the grind is. You know what I'm saying? I sleep maybe 4 hours a day, every day on the weekdays. So I make my time to pull up the flyers for the show. I mean, I do everything myself. You know what I'm saying? For the show, because it's my show, and my real life, you know what I mean, transpires over to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And you gotta invest. You gotta invest in what you love and believe in.
So so I'm like, yo, dude, how you expect to be an artist, but you have no financial gain? You know what I mean? To invest in yourself, because bro, I know you don't think I'm gonna be your manager. I'm gonna be shelling out everything. You know what I mean? For your career. There's no way that's gonna happen.
You gotta make whatever money you can.
Of course.
You make your money and you invest it in yourself, and at some point it's gonna pay off.
That's it.
It's more than just that. Like it's crazy. You gotta literally grind for you know, forever. Like you gotta be at these networking events, and that's something that, you know, I know from you know, for experience that you probably know at the same time. It's like when you got a 9 to 5, you gotta get up at 5 o'clock, 4:30 in the morning. It's hard to go to these events during the week when they're all late, like 7:30, 8 o'clock to like 12, 1 in the morning, where you got to meet these DJs because they don't go on till late. You know what I'm saying? Like DJ Enough will be at a spot or somebody, and it's like, you know, when they going on, they're the last person on. They save the best for last, and by that time 2 in the morning comes, you got to go rush home. Because I live in Long Island.
Okay.
And I'm traveling to Manhattan. So I got to go from Manhattan back all the way back to Long Island at 2 in the morning to get up at 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning to go to work. Like, it's hard, you know. So I can't do it as much as I'd want to, but I do what I can, which is why I say, you know, it's just, I got the money. It's not even about that. I just need a manager or somebody who can help me. You know, I had people who were interested, but it's like nobody goes as hard as you go.
Of course.
So it's like you want somebody that's gonna say, yo, I believe in you to help you get to this level. Because at some point, if you look at, I like to point to J. Cole's situation, because J. Cole's, his manager was his good friend and best friend out of college. And the dude never asked Cole for a dime. He believed in his music that much at first, but he said, yo, I'm gonna help you hustle it. So once, you know, Cole came out with his mixtape, like, they were shopping that shit in the city. You know what I'm saying? Shopping it for like $1, and that's how he came up with the $1 and Dream concept. So he was just giving everybody his mixtape for $1 and reinvesting that money into his music. But it's like he had that dude that was there with him, like, yo, you go here, I go there. Like, there's a partnership. Now, fast forward, J. Cole's one of the biggest artists in the world, and the dude is his manager, and now he's getting paid. The dude is getting paid crazy money. He's J. Cole's manager. You understand? So it's like he bit the bullet because he believed in something and saw past now. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't know how to see that. It's what's in it for me right now. If there's nothing in it for me right now, why do I have to wait, you know, until you get big?
Definitely.
So people, you know, that it all depends on how much somebody believes in you. You know what I'm saying?
I want to touch back on the after this, we'll probably go into a video and then come back with you.
Okay.
Get some water or something.
Yeah.
But I want to touch back on the networking events. All right. So, out of your experience, because a lot of rappers, you know, feel like, yo, you know what, I don't need to go network. You know what I mean? I'll just put out my video on YouTube and, you know, this and that. So, out of 100%, bro, what percentage you believe you come out of a network event prosperous? Like, you know what I mean? With something worth sacrificing your night and actually attending.
Depends on how much your mouth moves.
Okay.
And that's straight up. Like, you know, if you don't have somebody to represent you.
No, I mean out of your personal experience.
Well, my personal experiences, it's weird because I call them, and it's funny I say this, I call them God's whispers. Sometimes you go to if the more you go to, the more you show your face. That's really what you're there for.
Okay.
You want to show face. You want to bring your USB drives with you. You want to bring your business cards.
Dope.
You want to talk with these people. You know, even if it's not the biggest DJ, maybe it's the smallest DJ. You take a picture with somebody. You let them know. You want to show your face so much to the point where they get familiar with it. Okay. So now it's like, oh shit, like I know this dude. I'll give you a funny example. I went to one of Superstar J's last mixtape parties, and I had a friend of mine that was running it. I got invited, and you know, she invited me, and I went, and it was crazy because I get there, I feel like I ain't know nobody, and then I meet DJ, one of the DJs in there, and DJ Mr. Famous, I believe it was.
Okay.
I meet him, and you know, I shake his hand, and he looked familiar, but I really was like, whatever. And he's like, yo, I know you from somewhere. And I said, really? And he goes, yeah. And then he goes, you performed at the Blackthorn last year, right? I'm like, yeah, I've performed a few times. He's like, yo, you killed that shit. So now I'm like, oh shit, now I got a mouthpiece. I literally got a mouthpiece without knowing. So now what happens is I thought my homegirl was gonna help me. I ain't need her help because I had him telling every single DJ that was there, yo, I saw this kid, this dude's nice, yo, take his USB drive.
That's dope.
So it was like I brought like 15, 20 USB drives and gave them all out in that same night. And it was funny, he wasn't the only one because then I see another one, DJ Executive, shout out to him. And same thing. He was like, yo, what's good, Jay? Because he's under my umbrella with Playbook Media Group. Shout out to Marie Driven. So Marie Driven's my PR, and she PRs him too. So he wound up being in the building with the union, so all the union DJs, and he was like, yo, what's up? So he was even bigging me up and introducing me to everybody. So it's just like, it's a domino effect.
Definitely.
They knew my face. They recognized me. Same thing with Prodigy as well. I met Prodigy at the Cazals event, God rest his soul, last year. And it was crazy. He knew me from a gym visit. He used to go to Richie's gym, and on 101 and 101 in Ozone Park. And I used to go there, and I met him one day, and we was chopping it up for like a second, laughing and shit like that between sets. And all of a sudden, fast forward, I had told him at that time I was an artist. That's what's up. Keep doing your thing. Blah blah blah. Fast forward, I see him at a Cazals event with my PR. And he was like, hey, what's up, bro? How you been? Blah, blah, blah. I was like very small. And one of my closest friends right now is Pharaoh Munch, believe it or not.
Man, that's the man.
And that's another person
That's the man
I met at LA Fitness. Like,
Word.
dude was working out. I was working out. He looked mad familiar from the side. I turned around. I looked at him. I said, Pharaoh Munch? And he's like, yeah. And I said, yo, I love you, bro. I love your music. And then from there, we just built a relationship. And then I never even introduced music to him. That's one thing. If I had to tell anybody, give anybody some advice, I would say don't bring up the music right away. Uh-oh.
Sorry about that. Yo.
He's going to be jonesing on the phone.
Can't come?
What's up, peoples?
Do that. Sorry about that. All right. Nah, don't worry about it, because I'm live right now. I'm going to text you right now.
I'm going to show y'all me on the TV screen.
Sorry about that, man.
It's all right.
I'm definitely sorry about that. So that was the producer, Mike Lansky, and I don't believe he's going to make it, which is all good. He said he's going to email some beats. So if he can't email some beats, then yours truly, Shay Diggs, has definitely beats on standby.
Yeah, I definitely. You could just give me whatever you got.
I got something for you. I definitely got something for you.
You know what I was listening to on the way here? Matter of fact, kind of caught me by surprise. Walk? Is that from Young M.A.?
Yeah.
That beat is hard. They actually have the instrumental. I mean, I might go into it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So
well, I definitely want you to rock over one of our beats.
Let's
That's
do
what
it.
the whole show
Let's
is really about.
Let's do it. Whatever y'all want.
I got something for you. Don't worry, bro. Believe me. Trust me, you're gonna like it.
But yeah, so like I was saying, like if I had to give any artist some advice as far as like communicating with some of these dudes, is like don't even bring music up from the jump.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
develop like a personal relationship.
Yeah, like I literally developed my relationship with Monch before I ever, even suggested music. And that's why I think to this day, Monch has respected me.
Definitely.
It came to a point where he, I was like, he was showing me music in his car.
That's crazy.
It's some crazy shit. I'm not even going, I can't really say any more about it because I don't want him to kill me. But let's just say Monch got some fire that's gonna be coming out soon.
I could imagine.
You know what I'm saying? And then out of nowhere, I was just like, yo, like, I've kind of made the remark, like, I'll do some music. And I said, yo, can I show you some shit? And he was like, yeah. He's like, yeah, let me hear it. And I put it on, and my man was like this.
Wow.
Like he said, yo, I didn't know you were that good. And I was like, oh shit, Pharaoh Monch said I'm
Word
dope.
up,
Like,
Pharaoh Monch.
That's it. That's all I need.
Shit.
So, it was dope. Like hearing it from him. He's like, all right, so what's your plan? Like he literally got into like the whole he was that, he felt that much from me. So you could go somewhere with this joint. And I was just like, yo, wow, like coming from him, it's like a sign, like from God, like this is what I should be doing, you know?
No collaborations?
You know what it is? I want collaborations.
No, I mean with him. Fuck everything else.
I wish.
That's my next question.
I think we could do it, but here's the thing, you know, being where we are in our careers, as far as me and you, we were just talking about, as far as making your own money, it's like you got to invest your money in so many areas, so you got to be smart about where you spend it.
Yeah, definitely.
And it's like, yeah, I could do a collaboration at some point, but it's like, do I really want to pay $1,500 to $2,000 on a feature, or do I want to put that more into the studio, into my videos and promotion, rather than, you know, that, because it's not essential. It's, you know what I'm saying? So unless I run into money like that, and it's like money that I could really throw away or like invest in at that type of level, then yeah.
I thought he would have been like doing it out of love. You know what I'm saying? If y'all could have worked that out somehow.
I mean, listen, you never know what could happen in the future. You know, we never know. But artists, you know, a lot of artists, especially of his caliber, you know, they know what they're worth. You know what I'm saying? I know what I'm worth too. I just know that I'm in a position in my career where I need to build myself up a little more, to the point where I'm like, I could start charging some crazy money for shit, you know.
Yeah,
right now I'm in this for the love, and I'm trying to make it into a career. So
as you should, bro. So right about now, let's get into which one you want to get into.
You can get into whichever you want. You could get into What Up, and then we'll do Keep It 100.
Yeah, you want to introduce that video?
All right. What's up, y'all? On Heat Makers Radio. Heat Market, my bad. Heat Market. I keep saying Heat Makers. Heat Market Radio. Check this out. It's my video, What Up? It's on YouTube right now, youtube.com/JOSHJACOBS. It's pretty dope. I hope you enjoy it. New York, what up?
Empty spaces, what are we living for? Abandoned places, I guess we know the score. On and on, does anybody know what we are looking for?
Like we've been gone for a minute. We must have forgot. New York, let's go.
From the boogie down Bronx to the music all started. What up?
What up?
BK all day to the east where my heart is. What up?
What up?
Queensbridge and the Harlem, we up in here mobbing. What up?
What up?
All over the Strong Island, my city all bobbing. What up?
What up?
From the streets to the store, we created this shit. Better recognize you, boy. We still here. From tomorrow to next year, it's New York. Welcome home, spread some chairs. Say what up? In the city that never sleep. Birthplace of the genre. Hip hop is inside of me. Been a grave since a toddler. Thanks to my mama for playing headphones on her belly. Felt a couple kicks and she knew it was on. Came out the womb with the ear and the sound from me jumping around, but I'm moving, I'm going from the boom back to the track with a transition. If you ain't had balls, you had no admission. Said you rap, that's a challenge, that cat to test you on. Drop the track and start spitting. Freestyle off the top and handwritten. Better rap, start to act like man, listen. 90s baby with a lot to prove. So much to gain, yet a lot to lose. When they think I'm ill or when they think I'm trash, cause I'm speaking facts, I mastered the craft. You bastards that laugh to say that's the past, the standard, the past, the ransom is cash, the phantom you have don't mean shit to me. I'd rather my name go down in history. It's the best that did it, legendary status from the apparatus that produced the baddest. New York. They don't really wanna hear me when I'm going off. I'ma come at everybody till I'm on the throne. Do it for my city, we won't take another loss. No! I'ma take the crown and bring it back where it belongs. I remember when it was a nothing but a dream. I'ma make it happen even if I lose it all. Come on. From the boogie down Bronx to the music all started. What up?
What up?
BK all day to the east where my heart is. What up?
What up?
Queensbridge and the Harlem, we up in here mobbing. What up?
What up?
All over the Strong Island, my city all vibing. What up?
What up?
From the streets to the store, we created this shit. Better recognize you, boy. We still here. From tomorrow to next year, it's New York. Welcome home, spread some chairs. Say what up?
Boombox to the beatbox. From Adidas to Reeboks. Jumpsuits and a rope chains. Hot top fades and a throwaway. Jay, what about the b-boy craze? Hey, they ain't know where that came from? Wait, they ain't know about crazy legs and rock steady crew from back in the day? Nah, they don't wanna know that. They don't wanna talk facts to the craft that they speaking. Nah, they don't wanna say that. The first dance crew was started by Puerto Rican. Talk about Big and Pop, what about pun? Talk about flex, what about touch? J. Cole calling out whites in rotation. Seems the Latinos lost in the conversation. So it's only right that I wanna make a statement. You may never hear it if I ever make a name. It's JOSHJACOBS coming out of all places. New York City is the city of the aces. On my A game, but to take it to the stages. Things are getting better from it now, I can taste it. Started from under the pavement, down in the basement. Rain rounds, I'll make them run for the ages. And they don't really wanna hear me when I'm going off. I'ma come at everybody till I'm on the throne. Do it for my city, we won't take another loss. No! I'ma take the turn and bring it back where it belong. I remember when it wasn't nothing but a dream. I'ma make it happen even never lose it all. Come on, come on. From the boogie down Bronx to the musical started. What up? What up? BK all day to the east from my heart is. What up? What up? Queensbridge and the Harlem, we up in here mobbing. What up? What up? All the way to Strong Island, my city all bobbing. What up? What up? From the streets to the store, we created this shit. Better recognize you, boy. We still here, we still here. From tomorrow to next year, it's New York, it's New York. Welcome home, spread some chairs, say what up?
To my past and I could barely force a smile. The common misconceptions that parents should forge a child. From the fires of experience, happiness hand-me-downs, and the wisdom you acquire, not anger and acting wild. You're worse than the bullies, the rapists, and pedophiles. It's you that we should trust to protect us and make us proud. I should strive to be the man that you presented to me, not the man that you showed your friends that you pretended to be. I look in mommy's eyes and said I'd kill him if I could, but I'm too damn weak and small and I'm not sure if I even should. But I've seen what he's done to you. I know that it isn't good. If I could be a shining armor, I swear to God that I would. And I wish I said more things, but I was young and I was voiceless, and I couldn't find the words to make you feel like there were choices, make you feel like you were priceless when you petrified with fear. But to my sisters and my mom, just know I'm stronger and I'm here.
Are you brave in the dark? Are you brave? Are you brave in the dark? Are you king? Are you lights? Are you brave in the dark? Are you brave? Are you brave in the dark? Are you king? Are you lights? Are you brave in the dark? Are you brave? Are you brave in the dark? Are you king? Are you lights? Are you brave in the dark? Are you brave? Are you brave in the dark? Are you king? Are you lights?
Shout outs to the children who has overcame these challenges. Prayers to the kids who couldn't cope and broke their bandages. All are very young, that this world is filled with savages. Even if you're home, you're never safe, but we can manage this. Shout out to the mothers that tried to hold it steady, had a sprained wrist and black eyes and still would make spaghetti, and told us to look away whenever things were getting scary. But the vision through my space, our fingerprints would not impair me. Plus I knew that we was next. It's okay, ma, take a rest. You've given blood and flesh, I'll let your king here give the rest. And though I'm heavy with regrets, I know one thing for sure, that your fears that make you fall are even smaller standing tall. So I'm standing with my chin way higher than it should be, and got punched right in that statement. It rattled and shook my teeth, and I swallowed one or two, staggered upon my feet, and then he kicked my legs from under, but still wouldn't face defeat.
Are you brave in the dark? Are you brave? Are you brave in the dark? Are you king? Are you lights? Are you brave in the dark? Are you brave? Are you brave in the dark? Are you king? Are you lights? Are you brave in the dark? Are you brave? Are you brave in the dark? Are you king? Are you lights? Are you brave in the dark? Are you brave? Are you brave in the dark? Are you king? Are you
crazy, man. Where we at, man? Eating good, looking good, we fresh,
drinking good,
fresh, we jeweled up. Ain't this what we wanted?
Fact, B. New world, B.
New world order.
Different feeling, man.
Different feeling, man.
It's the A1 shit I be talking about, man.
Yo, man, I can't believe I'm drinking Cristal right now. We time niggas big.
Started from the bottom, now we really
on the real beat. Toast to that, yo. This is good life right now, B.
That's a cold fact.
Good life right now, yo.
Cold fact.
This is a dangerous groups that we're dealing with now.
This shit for live, man. Not for freshmen. Yeah, you heard B.I. Check. Look, I don't know what you done heard. I still keep my ears to the curb. It was days I was down, but I scrambled to eat. These new niggas got nerve. Setting up shop cause the block it had history, bout to make history. The fiends that still lurking to see someone working, they spreading the word. Now I'm hitting up Mach to let his ass watch, we bout to be rich. Let them fiends bag it up, pull it out of that trunk, I ain't touching that shit. Trust that feeling is priceless, your plan is unfolding, your touch is like Midas. Now I'm eating so much that I'm catching the itis. Trust I'm the livest, never been biased, I'm taking whatever they giving. Pennies and Georgies the women, they clocking to see how a young nigga winning. Spending the profit, we sinning. Woo! Woo! I said these niggas know my name though. L-A-V-O, better known as Banco. Yeah, got me feeling like AC though. Riding around through Harlem, they feeling my aura, I'm touching these people. Yeah, if you ain't know by now then you've been informed. I'm the man around these parts, if you out the loop then nigga come get involved. I get it on consignment, homie, I ain't lying. March through it on arm, I keep my money iron. My bills faced up, gotta move in silence. Cause the only way you win is when you keep shit private. I get it on consignment, homie, I ain't lying. March through it on arm, I keep my money iron. My bills faced up, gotta move in silence. Cause the only way you win is when you keep shit private. Yo. Business come first, pleasure come second. Make sure that my workers is straight, that I mention the work that I'm getting from Alex on second. Worked at the bodega, he hooked up my sandwiches. Cause in the plug-in I told him I need that. Yeah, these niggas is dancing all over the work, I don't need that. So he built up the courage to come introduce us. Off the rip he was hype cause my whip was translucent. He knew what it was, I cop sexy through six bag. He said could I handle, I stopped him and said I could flip that. I ain't got time for games when there's money involved. Bring back his cut, then right after we ball, stack it up to the ceiling and stash more on the walls. Yeah, that's how it is in the stone jungle. If you don't know the bundle, best believe they gon' mug you. Slow it up for these dumb fucks. They rather hit the strip, get fly, get knocked, than talk about they got no luck. What? Never understood what that shit bout. Stuck to the plan, built up the team and make sure we good from here out. I get it on consignment, homie, I ain't lying. March through it on arm, I keep my money iron. My bills faced up, gotta move in silence. Cause the only way you win is when you keep shit private. I get it on consignment, homie, I ain't lying. March through it on arm, I keep my money iron. My bills faced up, gotta move in silence. Cause the only way you win is when you keep shit private. I was thinking maybe we go on.
Can you handle 10 keys over?
Yeah.
Good.
And we back. That was Lex Labo with what's the name of that one? The on consignment, the consignment. Because if I wait for Rec, I'll never get the name. But That was a consignment. Yeah, I know. And we definitely had the What Up video from Josh Jacobs. Sick video. I hope y'all paid attention to that, man. I hope y'all really, really paid attention to that. So, we're back with Josh Jacobs with the most interesting conversations I had up here in a while with an MC, man. I really respect you for that. And he's knowledgeable about his career and the business and where he wants to take himself, man. And what can I say, bro? Like, how important do you think it is for the average rapper to really study and know his history on hip hop?
The average rapper?
Well, any rapper coming up.
I would say it depends on how serious you take your craft.
Okay.
I mean, if you really take hip hop serious to an extent where it's like, I want to be one of the illest lyricists, you know, or I want to be one of the illest songwriters, or I want to be whatever. Like, you gotta learn, literally, not just study hip hop. You gotta study music in general. Like, a lot of the samples and things that I've done, the songs that I have, are from old samples, and I'm talking like samples like you would have never even thought to use. Like, I listen to a lot of Queen. I listen to fucking Prince. I listen to Pink Floyd. You know, I like classic rock from back in the day, Def Leppard. Like, I listen to these.
Speaking of Pink Floyd,
Led Zeppelin.
Do you remember the Off the Wall album?
Yes.
Pink Floyd?
Pink Floyd, that was my favorite album.
Yes. The video?
Yes.
That's what I was trying to tell you. I want to accomplish something like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like how he had it.
Man, that's amazing.
If anybody never saw that, man, go back and do your research.
Watch The Wall.
The Wall.
The Wall movie. Like, it's dope.
Yeah, definitely.
It's dope.
Incredible.
It's dope. Exactly. And it's like, you see a lot of these, those are like, to me, artists.
Yes.
Like the ones that could visually create the song. Like they make it into something crazy. Like, you know, I don't think Thriller would be as big as it was if the visual never came out. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
Like, that visual made his shit go from here to like the stratosphere. All of Michael Jackson's music videos were amazing. Like, that's why I think that, you know, especially at the time he came out with it, it was like where MTV was at its highest. Like, I was on a rise. So, and that was part of the reason why he catapulted to the stratosphere. You know what I'm saying?
I want to say he's a trendsetter too, because a lot of videos we saw before that, people weren't really putting that much budget into their videos. Everything was like that real 80s, like, you know what I mean, that basic, you know what I mean, like if you on acid, you would see that kind of video type of shit.
His videos were out of this world. And then, like, you know, Prince is one of my biggest influences. And, you know, there's always that, you know, who's better, Michael Jackson or Prince? Apparently that was like a big thing back in the day. It was like who's the nicest out of the two. You can't really compare them. You know what I'm saying? Like, obviously MJ's got a hit catalog that's out of this world. But, you know, if you're gonna talk about, you know, straight talent, like Prince is insanely talented in more than one area. The dude could sing. He writes all his songs. He plays guitar. He plays piano. He plays the drums. Like, the dude could, if there was there's like copies of Prince, he could have his own band starring himself. Like, Prince
he can
starring
make his
Prince
own Jackson
and be a legend in every single aspect. The dude was insanely talented.
Yeah, I agree.
But I read his book, and he was kind of crazy. Like, he was a control freak. And apparently when the time came out, right? When the time started coming out, remember the time when they were in Purple Rain? That was at that time when they were like getting big, and Prince took them on tour, and they were killing the tour so much to open the show that Prince felt some type of way and was like, yeah, we got to get him off, because he's like, nah, I got to be the star of these shows. These are my shows, and as much as I love them, they're doing too much, and like, I don't want them to steal my shine. So Prince did some sucker shit and said, nah, bro, you out. And I mean, obviously the time went on to do their own thing and have their legacy in their own right, and they still nice today. I remember when they were at the award show and they did the tribute to Prince, it was like they didn't miss a step.
Not at all.
Yo, I was like, yo, that got me hyped. So you know,
it.
but that's part of music history. It's like that's exactly what you're talking about.
Definitely,
like, if you really care about your craft and about music in general, you're gonna study shit like that. Like, I read a book book about Jay-Z. I read called Empire State of Mind. I read Eminem's book. I read Prince's book. All my idols, like I look up, you know, I got audio books and I look up their books and read them all.
Okay.
And I do that because it's like I want to know where they came from, how they went about it, what their thought process was, you know.
Okay.
And then on top of that, like as an artist, when you listen to it, it's inspiring because when you listen to the stories at the beginning, they're all similar. Like they're all similar in how they felt about it. What's kind of sad about it is the depression aspect, because a majority of the biggest musicians and comedians and artists in general all has some shape of depression coming up. And it's like it made the music that much more intriguing. Right? You know what I'm saying? Eminem, like one of the biggest depressed dudes in the world. I mean, his coming through it in his circumstance, but he utilized that depression and in his music told his life story, and that's why everybody gravitated towards him. They felt like they knew him.
I think too, though, like, you know, when you go through turbulence, you know what I mean, in tough times growing up, put it like this. A lot of things I do in life, you know what I'm saying, is like a form of therapy. When I'm into when I'm into making a beat, when I'm into, you know what I'm saying, like coming up with guests for the show, anything I do productively, you know what I'm saying, it's a form of therapy for because I had a rough childhood too, you know what I mean. I'm pretty sure that everybody's had their fair share of, you know what I mean, ups and downs. You know, so a lot of these people, when they channel it, their hurt and their pain into a form of positivity, whether it be music, whether it be picking up instruments, anything they do, you know what I mean, the best comes out of you. You know what I mean? And from there, you just do nothing but creating more and more and more, because now you know what I mean. It's just like
it's your therapy.
Exactly. That's
what it becomes to me. That's my therapy. You know, it's funny. You'll listen. You'll write a track and then you'll listen to it, right? And you'll get into a depressed mode, and then you listen to your own track maybe once, and that track literally had something that was enlightening about it, so much so that you wrote about it and you're listening to it, going through that same thing. You're like, damn, like I'm listening to myself, and myself is pretty much telling me I shouldn't be thinking like this because this is why. You know what I'm saying? That I find myself like I have that track called Way Ahead of You on my project, when it's like, woke up in a good mood, thank you for my blessings, I'm feeling enlightened, I'm thankful for his presence. Like, so I have my days when I get up and I feel like shit. But then if I listen to a track like that I wrote, it's like, you know, at that point when I wrote it, it was like, oh shit, like I gotta thank God that I actually woke up this morning. And I wrote that in a song. So it's like, you know, it's almost like you know what to do to get yourself out of those depressed states and shit like that. It's just like when you get into it, you get so dark into it, then it's like, what can I do? And thank God for me, I have the opportunity to make something and the ability to create something that makes me feel better. You know what I'm saying? Some people don't have that. They're still looking for that thing that's like, what am I talented at? What can I do that's gonna, you know, take this burden off my shoulders and I could actually use it constructively and put it into something. You know what I'm saying?
And that's what I wanted to ask you too, because I noticed, you know, through your Instagram and stuff like that, you know, you definitely hit the gym, you definitely focus, you know what I mean? Like, you care about yourself physically and mentally, of course. That I always say, once you take care of yourself physically, like your mind, you know what I mean, tags along. Even though your mind is definitely what controls your body.
It releases endorphins.
Exactly. So I noticed that for me, my aspect, whenever I'm focused, because I used to be, like I said, just like you, I was in the gym every day, 7 days a week, and my mind state, like you obtain this type of focus where it sounds crazy, motherfuckers don't believe it, but you actually see like a dead sea of motherfucking people that walk around every single day. Like, at least me, I was noticing, like, yo, a lot of these people ain't even awake consciously, you know what I mean? Like they didn't even realize what they're doing to themselves. Like,
they're walking through life with blinders on.
Exactly.
That's really what it is. It's like, I feel exactly how you do. I mean, I have my moments where I'm like that. Like this week, I'll give you a perfect example. Like this week, I didn't do anything at the gym, and the reason why was I actually had gotten hurt on my leg. I had an infection in my leg that I need to take care of, and then I got sick. So the whole week I felt like shit. It's like the weather was bad. It got colder, so you already know the cold setting in. It's just like, I was sick. I couldn't go to the gym, so I was automatically in this like mode where I didn't want to do shit. Like I got home from work, and that was the time I took the opportunity to binge watch Stranger Things, because I never saw it before, and everybody kept telling me about it, and I literally watched 2 seasons in 2 days after work. Like, because I couldn't stop. I'm like, yo, it's so good. But you get into that mode where it's like you just moving, but you're moving because you're not doing it consciously. It's just a habit. So you're moving habit to habit to habit to habit, and you don't feel good. And then today I was like, finally my leg starting to feel a little better. I said, yo, let me go to the gym, and I feel like way more alive than I did this whole week. This one day after the hour and a half to 2 hours, I just felt amazing. It's like you gotta do something constructive at least once in your day to make yourself feel good. You know what I'm saying? It really does help. A lot of people are resistant to it because it's like they don't want to do the work. But if you don't want to do the work, how do you expect to see results?
I think DJ Rec has a question for you.
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
What record or album inspired you the most to start, like,
the Marshall Mathers LP? And I say that straight up.
It's a great album, by the way.
It was classic. It was at a time in my life. My mother was married, and she had a husband, my stepfather at the time, and I already had my little issues that I had when I was younger. You'll hear more about it in my next project, project that I do. As far as my abandonment issues, like my family, my mother, my father worked to support me, but because they were away a lot, I was always with my grandparents. So I kind of had this little burden of resentment towards them because I didn't know what it was like to have both parents in the household, because my mom and my dad haven't been together before I was born. So, and my mother, shout out to my mom, that's my idol. She works her ass off every day. She busts her ass every day to, literally provide for us, or whatever the case may be, and for herself. She's very inspirational. I see that now. But back at that time, when you're a kid, it's like, Ma, where are you? Like, I'm always wanting to see her and play with her. And now that you're older, you understand. So at that time, I was in a place where my stepfather wasn't the greatest person. I kind of like got verbally abused by him. And I wasn't in a good place. And, I forgot who it was. Ironically, my favorite person in the world, my grandmother, bought me. But she didn't buy it for me. She gave me money in allowance because I had cleaned for her. And the first thing I did was I said, I want to buy a CD with it. And she said, if whatever you buy, it better be the clean version. So I went to the store and I bought the Marshall Mathers LP clean version.
Yeah, the clean version?
The first clean version.
Even 50 had a clean version.
Yeah,
Don't Get Rich or Die Trying.
I had the clean version of the Marshall Mathers LP one. And then obviously later on, when she left to Puerto Rico, I got the real version. I downloaded it. I downloaded it illegally at that time, but I downloaded it. And it just, like, I don't know, it set off a spark in me, because I was always into rapping. Like, I always into rap, as far as, like, I listened to everything. But I never said, let me try and do this. And I was heavy into Dipset at the time, too. Okay. While I was listening to J.R. Ryder a lot, because J.R. Ryder punchlines to me were like, ooh.
Yeah, definitely
so
underrated,
then
too.
I got to that point where I said, okay, I want to try this. And then I just started venting. And we started with poetry, and then the poetry went like very fast into rhyming, because I love hip-hop, so it didn't stay in poetry for long. Like, a lot of people did poetry for a while, and then they were like, okay, let me try and be a rapper. Like, nah, like, I did it with poetry, and I say, all right, nah, I put music over it. Yeah. And then I just started doing it from there, and I got addicted. Like, everything, I let my emotions flow. Everything I was feeling, I just wrote it on paper, like, everything. And that's when, like, I started noticing things about myself. I feel like I had something working through me. I always call it a muse now. Yeah. So it's like, I had something working through me that was bigger than myself. And, I just got addicted to it. And then my dad, introduced me to DJ PF Cutting from one half of the Blase.
Yeah,
my dad grew up with him. And then I knew we grew up with Blase himself. My dad grew up with Blase. So those are the first two people I was introduced to. And PF had a studio in East New York, and he used to flood that shit like so many artists. Like my man Respect the God from the Perverted Monks used to go there all the time. Afu Ra used to come all the time. Afu. I think Action used to go there when he was early in his career. Sean Price, big time. I was like, yo, when I first saw Sean, it was crazy. And one day I went into that studio, and he put me on a verse with a whole bunch of them, and I literally had the studio flooded with people.
Where's that song at, bro?
I have no idea. That shit was years ago. It was years ago, but they were like all in there, like, yo. I guess because they were like, they called me Little Who, because that's my dad's name, Julio. So they called me Little Who, and then I was in there and I got out the booth, and they were like almost like surprised, like, yo, you were nice. And then I was like, thanks, like I appreciate it. Dope. And then from there, you know, when you see something like that, you're so much respect, especially from a hip hop community of that, you know, of that caliber. Yeah. And I was just like, yeah, I like this feeling. Like, I love this feeling. It makes me feel accepted. So, you know, I was like, I'm liking this. And at school, you know, that same thing. I really didn't blossom into myself until I was like in high school, when I was in 10th grade. Okay. Like when I was in junior high school, I met a couple of people, and I became quote unquote cool my last year. My last year where I really started getting into girls and shit. Okay. But I was always very quiet. I was timid. You know, I'm not the worst looking guy in the world, but I was very shy. Yeah. And I still have some of my shyness, but you know, I had a humbleness about me. I was never, you know, I don't hope anybody thinks that I was like cocky. I don't think I've ever come off as cocky. You know, I may have had a cocky moment where at some point in my career where I felt like I was that nice. And thank God I had people like, I don't know if you know who Domingo Beats is. He's one of the executive producers, one of the biggest, you know, big producers Beats, from back in the day. That's like one of my mentors. And he, you know, he humbled me a lot, you know, in reference to like, you know, you gotta show respect to where you from where you came from. And a lot of these artists, and he put me, you know, in my spot, and I was like, you know what, he's right. Like, I can't be acting like I'm better than nobody. So I humbled myself. I was humble and I sat down. So shout out to Kendrick. And you know, it brought me to where I am today. And I went from being this punchline savvy, metaphor heavy rapper, and I decided to spit more about my life. So at that time I went under the moniker J Kid. And then I grew up, and then when I was about 21, 22, I said I'm not a kid no more, so where do I go from here? So I just transitioned into Josh Jacobs, which is my name. My name is Joshua Jacob Cabrera. I just added an S at the end of my middle name, and you know, just more personal. So most of my music is more personal.
Dope. I was about to ask you, like, it's meaningless now because I can see you had the support, but I was going to say, how supportive were your family, you know what I mean, in making that choice?
I thank God that I have parents like I do. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's very hard to say that, you know, that I talk to people. It's funny. Everybody that comes to my shows who have ever been to one of my shows, 9 times out of 10, you're seeing my parents there. Like, both of them. That's you know? Crazy. And it's like, I had a couple people come over to me like, yo, like, I fuck with you. And I'm like, thank you. But it's like, but it's for the music, but it's for much more than that. Like, your mom and your pops come out here to see you. Like, I wish my fucking mom and pops come out here to see me. Yep. So it's like, when I hear that, it's a blessing, because if I didn't have parents like that, I wouldn't be where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? Like, that inspires me. You know, right now it's just crazy how the world turns. Like, back then I cursed them, and I was so like resentful towards them for not being as big a part of my life as I wanted them to be. And at this point, when I look back, I'm so thankful, because it's like, without having that support system, I wouldn't have gotten as far as I have in my life right now, and in my career. Definitely. In my music, you know. So
that's dope, man.
What is your favorite biggest achievement you have all in your career so far?
My biggest achievement, wow. I think it was playing at SOBs.
SOBs? Dope.
SOBs. It was like, I've seen so many acts come through SOBs. And I remember, and I just did the SOBs event, with shout out to H2O Music. I did the SOBs event a couple months ago. And I was like, when I found out I was on the bill, I was like, yo, I'm gonna kill this shit. Like I always try to kill my performances. By the way, hopefully you guys can come out to one, because I'm very theatrical in my performances. Anybody who knows me mostly based off my performances. And I don't like to do regular performances. It's very theatrical. I wanna envision myself how it would be if I was actually on tour on these big ass concert stages. So I try to do what I can with what I can to give you that type of experience within a short amount of time. And I was like, yo, I'm gonna kill this shit. Everybody's on the bill. Cortez was on the bill. Math Hoffa was on the bill. Graf was on the bill. Everybody was on the bill. And I'm just like, yo, I gotta kill this shit. And I went on, and everybody told me that I was one of the most memorable performances of the night. And that's what I want every single time. Like, anytime I step on that stage, I want to be the one you remember by the time you leave. So when you leave, it's like, I remember that little Puerto Rican kid, or that little white boy that's Puerto Rican, or whatever. Like, I want you to say that, or that dude that hit the stage and the lights was going crazy and it was dark and this dude came out with some crazy freestyle. Like, I want you to say that, because I want you to tell all your friends when you leave what my Instagram is, where to find me, all of that. Because I come here for a specific purpose, and it's the same reason why I'm here, to meet good people and to kill whatever fucking thing that I'm on.
Yeah, it's
that
your
I
only
gotta
right,
kill
bro.
it, because if I don't kill it, every opportunity is a blessing, and you gotta kill that blessing. You can't go in there half-fast,
Definitely.
And every bad experience is not a mistake. It was on purpose. And and that's another thing. If I had, I'm not big in my career, but if there's anything I could also tell an MC who's on the come up, who doesn't have my following or wants to ask a question, it would be teach your learning experience, take your learning experience and utilize it. Funny story. I don't want to, because I know I'm rambling. I don't want to talk too much, but everything's coming to my head. There was an event where we did a cypher, and Cortez was in it. And it was Math Hoffa was supposed to be in it, and then Lux was supposed to come. I know all of them, and shout out to Cortez Beast,
Yeah, he is,
and Lux too.
Yeah.
They were all supposed to be in it. So a week prior, I was like, yo, I gotta write the craziest shit to this. Like, I'm not using no old shit. I'm writing the craziest shit. So I wrote it. And about an hour and a half, and then I memorized it, and that took 4 days to memorize it. And all I'm thinking in my head is, these are battle rappers. These are dudes that, yo, I need to kill it. I need to kill it. I need to kill it. So I finally memorized it about the day before, 2 days before. The day comes, cypher started, everybody else went. Now they putting me on with the big boys, and the beat comes on, and they give it to Josh Jacobs, and the mic goes on. I'm like, yeah, I'm fucking ready. And then I go blank.
Damn.
I literally went blank, and I was like, oh shit, I lost my fucking lyrics in my head. And then yo, I like choked, and we 8 Mile, like choke. Like, I was like, oh shit, I forgot. Oh my God. And like, yo, somebody else go. So I let the other person go, and they went, and then I said, yo, I'm ready now. And then it started again, and it happened again.
Damn.
So I'm like, what the fuck? So, after that, I got it again. They gave me the mic back. I got maybe like 3/4 through it, and then I started fucking up and forgetting the words, and I gave it away. But then after that, I said, I'm not done. Like, this is not over. So then I started going into my artillery in my head. Like, what do I have that's going to kill this shit right now, because there's way too many people in here. And then I got the mic back, and I just started spitting some shit that I know.
Yeah.
And everybody was like, oh. And I get off, and I start fucking tearing. I'm like tearing pissed, and they're like, yo, what's happening? And I'm like, yo, I'm fucking mad. I cannot believe this shit just happened. This is embarrassing. I was mad for 2 days. I didn't even come out my house. And then I thought, and I got over it. And then the next cypher came about a month later, and it happens to another kid. Damn. What happened to me happened to another dude. So, and it was funny, because the dude came to me at the beginning. He's like, yo, you're so dope. I follow you on Instagram. You're nice as fuck. And then he's like nervous. So he's asking for advice. I said, yo, listen, just chill. Don't hype you. Don't psych yourself out of it. Because if you psych yourself out of it, you're gonna forget. Yeah. You're gonna lose yourself, and it's just gonna happen. And it happened to him. So I see him on the side, and he's like beside himself. I sat next to him, and I said, yo, listen, that same shit happened to me about a month ago, and he's like, no way. I'm like, I swear to God. And right now, you're not around anybody known. Like, you're around just regular artists. I was around fucking 3 or 4 known battle rappers that got bars, and that happened to me. And he's, you know, he was like, yo, that's crazy. I'm like, listen, take this as a learning experience. It happened. Swallow your pride, and remember to be prepared. If you know that you're writing something before then and it's not gonna work out, always have something in the back of your head so you won't, you know, it won't happen, and don't beat yourself up about it. And same thing, Graf told me that same thing. He said it happened to him on the Sway show. And it's crazy, you know what I'm saying? The things that MCs go through, you know, you can't get discouraged, because if you do, then it's fucked up. You will never last. You gotta have thick skin. You gotta keep going.
With that being said, man, let's get into this Keep It 100 video. Then we're going to come back with the Heat Market Freestyle. The best part of the show.
Hell yeah.
Let's get into that video, good brother.
A little girl asked me why I should say forward, and I go, this will probably tell me what's the opposite of word forward. She was in a wrench. Why she gets her mouth shut and look at me, she goes backwards, I go right, head of the class. Never do a drawing or penis, it's backwards. We're there already.
May I ask you a question? Would you want to be in a music video? Just sit next to me and just show your heart.
Sure, when?
We're doing it right now.
What's your name? I'm at a show. Who's doing the singing?
I'm rapping.
What's your name? Josh. Nick, it's more sincere. Josh is who's the man with the camera.
That's okay. Good luck. Keeping it 100, I've been under pressure, cause I don't feel the same as everybody on the sector. Compared to everybody, view myself as something lesser. I never took the time to realize I'm something better. I try to be somebody that I wasn't, cause I thought it made me something that I pictured in my mind. Started putting up a front, I was stunting in a BM like it's something that you wanted, and I had it automatically. I'm coming down to say, not everything is what it seemed to be. My beam is an example of what you perceive in me. Just because I got it, I'm a boss or I'm a G. My wallet must be brolic and I'm way out of your league, but that don't tell the story of the struggle that's before me. I've been focused on the glam so much I haven't met the glory, and I've been acting so much you thought that I was Corey Guns. Lost myself as an artist, but I am not the only one. Use my skills as a means to get the attention I never got from my parents and wanted to get from women that had my share of beauties with booties, but they were missing. Once they saw I was a different man, and they thought, what a business. What a business. Trust me, I'm working on it. 14 years strong is one code I haven't broken that leaves me open to criticism and being exposed to the ugly side of it that makes an artist quit and let go. Listen. Everything has its prices. Life is not as enticing when basing it on the flyest things. Bagging a dime doesn't mean that you have the finer things. Those finer things only satisfy with the diamond rings. We all wanna be rich as a bitch, but if we become that term, then that's as rich as we get. Filled with regret, what happened to family? Compassion and love for others is replaced with vanity. So can it be? We're not looking at anybody as equal. Invested money in items instead of time and in people. Yes, time is money, and money takes time, but instant gratification is what is stuck in our mind. Comparisons to others leave us stuck and have us wondering, has our time passed, and if it has, will it come again? Speaking for myself, cause I feel like a different person. Have I really changed, or am I just a higher version? Like Josh 9.1, I'm updated and upgraded. I'm ready for installation above hating. I done dated every size and flavor, yet I still ain't found the one, maybe the right one to find me. If I stop looking for her while waiting to come save me, and alter my view on other women because one played me, denying the fact that I did my share of dirt too. I knew how to hide it better so I wouldn't hurt you. I guess I don't deserve you, but it's a lesson learned, cause you were given the world in which you had never earned. I'm a divergent that turned into an insurgent, exerting my will to thrive or reversing my inner lies. I'm not poor, I'm not rich, I'm not hood, but I'm not a sucker. I'm good, but I'm cold-hearted, and heartbreak made me tougher. I'm a lover and a fighter, a writer and a director of the movie of my life that's being played through these projectors. They call them speakers. And so I'm speaking over beats with poetry in hopes that you notice me, oversee my own reprieve. I won't condemn my dream to death yet, not before I'm lying in my deathbed. I'ma be the man that I dream of being since knowing about success. So I put my all into this shit till I have nothing left, cause everything is backwards, had to learn it for myself. That wealth doesn't breed happiness, but happiness breeds wealth. Seeing ain't believing it, but believing is seeing it before it even happens, to have the means of achieving it. Call it a gift and a curse, but if you're receiving it, then see it as a gift to be cursed by God for a reason, man. Embrace the good and the bad, highs and the lows, ups and the downs, so there is no fear of being exposed, no. See, you might never see where I've been, but you can see I'm comfortable in my skin. So let the story begin. I'm finally feeling comfortable in my skin, so it's time we let the story begin. Let the story begin.
That was Keep It 100 by Josh Jacobs, who's right here in the studio with us. About to get into
I'm
this.
still like, I'm sorry, but I'm so fascinated by the fact that there's fire behind me.
Yeah, you got to see it online. On the app, on the Heat Morgan app, I mean, on the InTheMixRadio.com app. Shit looks incredible.
Like,
HD.
if I'm like,
yeah, that's the whole mod doing. Came up with all that. Yeah. Oh yeah. I never heard anybody say shit about that either.
Yo,
Never.
it's like I got fire behind me. I'm straight flames right now.
It's about, bro. The heat market, brother. It's all about the heat in here.
Nah, it's cool. Nah, I fuck with that. I never been to a radio station like this.
Definitely.
Like, it's crazy.
We're
Good
about to
shit.
get into some heat right now. I'm providing the beat this week. I made my comeback officially as a producer. I took time off. Just made a few joints, and thankfully, Josh agreed to bless one of my beats first time.
Bless one of your beats, a dope, of course.
And to you, my brother. So anytime you ready, DJ Rec. Huh?
Freestyle time.
Yes, sir. The one I showed you. As soon as you're ready. Got it?
Feeling if I should go for my buddy.
A little loud. Turn that up.
I'ma keep it straight to the point. I love my island, so I'm tired of seeing hurting, especially when people dying. Doing what they can for some food and water, surviving and wondering where the help is while they looking at the timing. No phone or electricity, you gotta be kidding me. Looking at the news and I'm fuming, I could see Cuomo and FEMA, my people working, but Jesus, there ain't enough of these people to pick it up. They say enough to mislead you. It's a preview of the future. Is this what it's coming to? Talk behind our back, but then lie when they right in front of you. There's more to the island than beaches, weather and women. It's beauty, loving, and history. If you paying attention, I'm a Taino, homie. I'm New York from the NY, reppin' where I'm coming from Ponce to Bed-Stuy. If it was up to me, I'd probably fly out in a red eye and do what I can to help them rebuild. But instead, I'm using my platform to raise awareness and rep. For all my Ricans, let's come together and taking a step in the right direction for real. POTUS want us to fail. To make a change in the world, we must be changing ourselves. Before we turn to the hate, let us continue to love. This ain't just for my island, man, this is for everyone. Times are harder than usual. In the midst of the struggle, let us unite as a unit so we can rise from the rubble. I'm saying, why you want some always on some sucker shit? Homie, why you fucking up the country? Your whole cabinet is full of puppets, and it's looking like the Muppets and translated to the government. To spread the word is just a number on my bucket list, and I could give a fuck about what I'm up against. Facts. A hurricane, a shooter, or commander-in-chief. Cause we got 45 reasons just to see you impeach. We spreading fear. Fear of being lynched and sent to prison. Spreading fear. Fear of falling victim to division. I ain't a politician, but the time is ticking till we're out of wishing things were different. Since Donald's risen, he's been spreading fear. Fear if we ain't rich, then we're alone. He's spreading fear. America's a house and not a home. So you either feed the problem or be part of the solution. Talk is cheaper if you gotta pay your dues for resolution. Fear.
Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. I wasn't expecting that. I wasn't expecting that. I'm not even gonna lie to you, bro. That was a classic freestyle, man. I'm thanking God this guy just destroyed my beat. I never thought it was gonna come out that way. But yo, it was a pleasure having you on this show, man. I cannot
likewise
ask for a better artist to come through, man.
Likewise, bro, for real.
Shout out anybody you want to plug, anything you want to plug, my brothers. Let them know where they can find you.
Shout out to my team at Miracle. I love you, bro. You the bro. Hit me up. Shout out to my man Soul Journal. Shout out to my man S. Crown. Shout out to everybody that's been supporting me from day one. H2O, Playbook Media. Shout out to everybody who's been showing me love. Shout out to the Heat Market. I
Thank
love you guys.
brother.
Shout
Same
out,
here. Nothing
shout
but
out
love.
to everybody that's been supporting me. Continue to support your artists. If you're an artist, keep grinding. My Instagram is at whoisJoshJacobs. Follow me at youtube.com/whoisJoshJacobs, soundcloud.com/whoisJoshJacobs. If you want to eliminate all the ats, just go to joshjacobsmusic.com. You'll find everything you need to find. And go get that Purple Skies project. It is on
indeed.
Apple Music, Spotify, iTunes, Amazon Music, and all major outlets.
Thank you, my brother.
You already know.
Rec, any last words?
Yes, I actually want to give a shout out to my little brother. He's gonna be a big part of this project that's coming up.
Yes,
Nice.
Big project. He's gonna be our video editing and video consulting on the project that me and that Shay has coming up.
You too, man. You're
Yeah,
gonna be
man.
involved too.
Yeah, you know how that
Be
goes.
my cameraman.
Yeah. But well, shout out to Gio because he's taking care of his daughter today.
Definitely.
And shout out
Yes.
to White Boy 757.
Yes, sir.
And shout out to Paul Gotti.
Oh, yes.
That crazy song.
Definitely.
Yes.
Shout out to Paul Gotti.
And shout out to our guest that came in, Jay. That crazy ass
Incredible
beat,
freestyle, bro.
and song.
Yeah,
And
dude, that
freestyle
beat was
crazy.
dope, bro.
Thank you,
The
brother.
beat was on.
It's yours
You
anytime you want it,
you
bro.
already have
Just let me know.
And
Anytime.
look out for that beat battle coming, part 2 of.
Nah, man, I'm not even.
no,
I'm not
you better-
participating.
no.
I'm
You're
using.
not
I'm
gonna
telling-
participate?
I'm utilizing it. When I finish my project, then I got old beats. I might fuck
definitely
with.
hear you. I definitely hear
And
you.
the one question I ask every artist that comes in, actually, we are having. We did our season 1. We have our season 2 mixtape coming up, and we want to know if we the blessing to
Yes.
be on it.
Yes.
And kill
Definitely.
it.
There you go.
Definitely.
But the thing is, you will have to kill it on the producer that was on the show, but he's not here
Yes.
today. But the producer today is
Yes.
Shay, so Shay will have to
Not a
Yes.
problem, bro.
You already know.
Not a
hit you up
problem.
with the beat.
I'm here, bro. Y'all let me know I'm on.
Shout out to Josh Jacobs for coming through, man. Shout out to DJ Rec for doing what he do. Shout out to my mom. Stay well, mom. Love you. My kids, Aaron,
Yes.
Lannis,
I gotta shout out my mom and my papa too.
Ernesto, my wife, Chris. Coming home, baby. Another incredible episode in the raps, man. Shout out to Gio the Rican, man. Make sure you're here next week, or you're fucking fired.
I'm still
Peace,
on
y'all.
fire. Ah!
Peace, y'all.
Later.